On the subject of Chinese Taipei slash Taiwan, I wanted to give my input really quick. I am obviously not a total expert in the field, and I am not privileged to confidential information, so I'm operating on open source intelligence. But from my perspective, mainland China has absolutely nothing to gain from invading the area. The United States is driving this cultural dispute. The United States media is constantly fear mongering over a prospective war with China over Taipei. The United States makes it sound like they are ready to invade at any moment, and they've been preparing to do so forever. However, from my perspective, that's just wishful thinking from the United States. The actual truth is that the United States has massively overspent on their military. While yes, they have the highest military budget, they spend the most on the military, that is not necessarily the most cost-effective method to build up your arsenal. And the only way to recoup your cost on investment is to go to war through military conflict or the threat thereof, and to charge protection, a la NATO. China appears to be seeking more of a cultural absorption approach. They are frustrated by the lack of extradition from Taipei to mainland. There are definitely things that they don't like about the arrangement. They are very serious over the distinction between Taipei and Taiwan. But I think they are smart enough to know that the United States government just wants a way to absolve themselves of the debt that they owe to the Chinese. So from the US angle, if they were to invade Taipei, all of a sudden the United States would claim that they no longer owe their debt to China that they have been racking up for the previous decades. China has been pursuing passive influence, wining and dining the politicians of Taipei. They are pushing the political environment to move towards one of unification. So again, I don't have privileged information. There are undoubtedly gaps in my understanding of the issue. But my assessment would be that the United States is the one that wants there to be conflict in the region. It is my belief that China understands that the United States seeks to bring conflict there in order to absolve themselves of debts. Sure, TSMC is valuable, but fighting a war in the area would probably destroy it and leave both empty-handed. And mainland is developing SMIC, they don't need it. War with China is a fever dream of the deranged boomers in America. What say you?